My name is Elias Thorne, and I never imagined that inheriting a dusty old deed from my eccentric grandfather would turn me into villain or hero of my upscale neighborhood. You see, Grandpa Harlan wasn't just a reclusive fisherman. He was a shrewd land baron from the old days, and when he passed last year, he left me something no one saw coming. The exclusive water rights to Lake Evergreen, a sprawling 2,100-acre gem nestled right in the heart of Willow Creek Estates. That lake? It's the crown jewel of our gated community, where multimillion-dollar homes line the shores, and the HOA rules with an iron fist. Little did I know, this inheritance would ignite a war that exposed their corruption and brought the whole empire crumbling down. It started innocently enough. I'd moved into Grandpa's modest cabin on the lake's edge after his funeral. Nothing fancy, just a weathered A-frame with creaky docks and memories of summers spent casting lines at dawn. The neighborhood was pristine. Manicured lawns, tennis courts, a clubhouse that screamed old money. But the HOA, led by the tyrannical Karen Whitaker, yes, her name really is Karen, had other ideas. From day one, they bombarded me with notices. Your dock violates setback regulations. Fine for unauthorized fishing gear. Mandatory contribution to Lake Maintenance Fund. I laughed it off at first. I mean, who finds someone for a tackle box? But then the letters escalated. Karen and her board claimed the lake was community property, demanding I sign over access rights to their exclusive boat club. They wanted to turn it into a private playground for the elite residents. Yacht parties, regattas, the works, while slapping restrictions on everyone else. When I refused, citing the deed that proved Grandpa owned the water rights outright, dating back to the 1800s when he dammed a stream and created the lake himself, they got nasty. You'll comply or we'll make your life hell. Karen sneered at a board meeting I crashed, her perfectly coiffed hair trembling with rage. The abuse of power hit like a storm. They started with petty harassment, towing my truck for improper parking on my own driveway, citing me for unsightly wildflowers in my yard, even reported me to the county for bogus environmental violations. My mailbox overflowed with fines, $500 here, $1,000 there. I dipped into savings to pay them off, but it drained me emotionally. Nights were sleepless, staring at the moonlit lake, feeling Grandpa's ghost urging me to fight. That water's yours, boy, he'd say in my dreams. Don't let those vultures steal it. Tension boiled over when they blocked my access road with construction barriers, claiming eminent domain for a new pavilion. I couldn't even get to my own home without trekking through mud. Friends stopped visiting, scared off by the HOA's whispers of lawsuits. My girlfriend, Mia, left after one too many screaming matches with nosy neighbors. This place is toxic, Elias, she said, packing her bags. I was isolated, furious, my blood pressure skyrocketing. But in that isolation, I dug deeper. Grandpa's attic held boxes of yellow documents, surveys, water permits, historical records proving the lake was private property, exempt from HOA jurisdiction. He'd fought similar battles in the 70s and won. Armed with this, I hired a lawyer, a sharp-witted underdog named Rita, who specialized in property disputes. These HOAs think they're gods, she said, eyes gleaming. But gods fall hard. We pored over the HOA's bylaws and discovered cracks. Undisclosed fees funneled into personal accounts, rigged elections, even bribes to local officials for zoning favors. Karen's husband owned the construction company building that pavilion. Conflict of interest much? We filed a countersuit, alleging fraud and overreach, demanding an audit. The HOA laughed it off at first, slapping me with more liens. But Rita was relentless. We rallied a few disillusioned residents, folks tired of the endless rules and skyrocketing dues. Whispers turned to shouts at meetings. Why can't we fish without permits? One yelled. Because the board says so. Karen snapped back, her facade cracking. The turning point came during discovery. Our subpoenas unearthed emails. Karen plotting to seize a lake by fabricating pollution claims, pressuring the county to condemn my property. One message read, "Once Thorn's out, we control the water. Think of the membership fees." It was damning. My heart pounded as Rita presented it in court, the judge's eyebrows shooting up. But the real bombshell? Grandpa's deed included riparian rights that superseded the HOA's charter. The lake wasn't theirs. It was mine, and by extension, I controlled irrigation for the entire subdivision. Without my water, their precious lawns would wither, their fountains dry up. Panic set in. Karen's board tried to settle, offering to drop the fines if I granted partial access. No deal, I said, voice steady for the first time in months. The trial was a spectacle. Residents packed the courtroom, media hovering outside. I took the stand, voice thick with emotion. This isn't just about water, I testified. It's about bullies stealing what's not theirs. My grandfather built this lake with his hands. It's his legacy and mine. The judge ruled in my favor. The HOA's claims were invalid. They owed me back fines with interest, plus damages for harassment. But we didn't stop there. The audit revealed embezzlement, hundreds of thousands siphoned for personal luxuries. Karen's Botox, board members' vacations. Criminal charges followed. Karen Whitaker, the untouchable queen, was arrested for fraud. Her mugshot splashed across local news. The board dissolved. The HOA bankrupt from legal fees and repayments. In the aftermath, Willow Creek transformed. Without the iron grip, neighbors relaxed, barbecues on the lake, kids splashing freely. I opened access fairly, charging modest fees that funded rail maintenance, not pockets. The pavilion? I turned it into a community center, named after Grandpa. As for me, I sit on my dock at sunset, lying in the water, feeling a profound peace. The HOA overreached, thinking power was endless. But justice? It's deeper than any lake. They lost everything. Their control, their reputations, their ill-gotten gains. And I gained back my life, my grandfather's honor, and a story that reminds us, sometimes the little guy with the right deed can drown the giants.